Live from clickorlando.com and WKMG, we're getting results in your neighborhood. Now it's 6.
Now at 6, a family heartbreak and a tragedy shared worldwide with 3 dead, including a child. A deadly crash in Central Florida has gained international attention and people demanding results from the investigation.
But first, rural boundaries might not be protected by the will of the people. The Senate bill that considers lifting rural boundaries for development. Thank you for joining us. I'm Lewis Bolden in for Matt Austin.
And I'm Ginger Gadsden. A Senate committee is discussing a bill that could lead to runaway growth across Central Florida. And as we've been reporting, a new version of the bill not only bypasses future referendums, it would also roll back 2 measures in Orange and Seminole counties voters overwhelmingly approved last year.
Tonight, News 6 reporter Catherine Silver takes a closer look at what's at stake where we live. Catherine, thank you. Over the last few years, the state legislature has overridden local governments and voters on several issues, according to News 6 political analyst Dr. Jim Clark.
Can you give some examples of bills that were that preempted local government?
Sure. Key West tried to limit the number of ships coming in to help preserve the clear waters and save the coral reefs. Legislature said, no, we know better. Orange County tried to pass a Bill of Rights for renters, and the state legislature stepped in and said, no, we'll do it our way. In South Florida, they tried to pass legislation to help protect workers, particularly roofers, working in the hot Florida sun. State legislature said, no, we know best. So these things have been going on for several years now, and show no sign of easing up. I think this is the future for Florida. Go to the state legislature, get whatever you want, ignore local voters.
That was News 6's Christy Zizzo conducting that interview. Groups who supported preemption bills in the past have said local measures create a patchwork of restrictions that are hard for businesses to navigate.
Meteorologist Jonathan Kegas joins us now. And Jonathan, we are waking up to temps, did I hear you say, in the 40s?
In the 40s. Yeah, it's back. The chill it's coming. We keep on doing this up and down seesaw thing in the weather department, really dating back until last summer pretty much. And we're at it again with temperatures today reaching the 70s for the most part. We're at 70 right now still at the Cape, 75 in Titusville, in the lower 60s already through the 75 corridor. Bushnell, good evening. We are at 65. Wildwood, we are at 63. We are at 67 degrees in Ocala. The drier air, you certainly saw the blue sky today. It is very dry out there, and that's going to allow the temperatures to come down very, very fast. At this hour, we're running at about 10 to 15 degrees cooler at 6 o'clock when compared to last night at 6 o'clock, and that temperature will continue to tumble. Heading out tonight, again, the chill going to be with us, relatively speaking anyway, certainly comfortable, but when the sun goes down and the breeze stays cranked up, you might feel it, you might want the light jacket. 59 by 9, 56 degrees by 11. We're back to the mid-50s by 1. Again, it is going to be clear. It is going to be on the chilly side, and as Ginger mentioned, the 40s are coming on the pipeline tonight, tomorrow night, and then another day on the 7-day forecast, as well as another system is going to bring us some cooler air. Again, we're going to pinpoint that system and also some 80s kind of in between the chill coming up in about 10 minutes, guys.
All right, Jonathan, thank you. A heartbreaking crash in Osceola County over the weekend killed 3 people, including a child. Florida Highway Patrol tell us they are still investigating what caused it. But News 6's Emily McLeod found out news of these deaths is making headlines around the world.
Emily, thank you. New at 6, the trial for the man accused of killing a father in a road rage shooting is set to begin tomorrow. Documents from the Orange County Clerk of Court clarify Nicholas Carrasquillo faces charges of second-degree murder and shooting into an occupied vehicle for the death of David Sly. Police say Sly was heading to his first day of work at a full-time job in January 2024 when him and Carrasquillo got into an argument on Colonial Drive in Lake Baldwin Lane, just north of the Orlando Executive Airport. The suspect says Sly's white vehicle cut in front of him, which led to the argument. Police say it escalated to the point where the suspect grabbed the gun from the glove box and fired at Sly. He's pleaded not guilty to both charges.
New at 6, the Seminole County Sheriff's Office has discovered a man accused of hurting someone in a shooting nearly 3 years ago was already in their custody. Documents from the Seminole County Sheriff's Office say a deputy ran into Roderick Hillman at the jail. And he did some research on him and discovered he had an active warrant for attempted first-degree premeditated murder. That stems from a 2022 shooting at the Seminole Gardens Apartments, where someone was hurt. He also faced charges in Georgia for the invasion of the southern parts of that state. Again, he is already in custody.
New at 6, employees at a Panera Bread are safe after Orange County deputies say a co-worker chased them with a knife. The Orange County Sheriff's Office says Tyra Alexander faces charges of assault with a weapon without intent to kill. Working at the Panera Bread at the Winter Garden Village Shopping Center, co-workers told deputies that Alexander came into work out of character before the manager sent her home. Alexander returned soon after and chased employees with a knife. A couple of people were hurt, but court documents clarify the injuries were from running away from Alexander and not from the knife.
Happening tomorrow, Cocoa Council members will discuss whether to reintroduce fluoride into their drinking water. They are just the latest Central Florida community to discuss what's become a very hot topic lately. Council members will debate whether to reintroduce fluoride into the Cocoa water system. For the past 2 years, fluoride had not been added due to outdated equipment. Now, with new recommendations from the State Department of Health and the State Surgeon General, the council will consider the cost of replacing the fluoridation system. The new system is estimated to cost about $700,000 plus $65,000 in annual expenses. The decision will impact future capital expenditures. As we mentioned before, Cocoa is the latest Central Florida community to discuss fluoride in their water system. Other cities that have voted to remove fluoride include Tavares, Palm Bay, Ormond Beach, Melbourne, and Longwood. The city of Leesburg voted to move forward with its fluoride facility in December.
A fresh look and fresh insight into tornado damage from Seminole County. Sky 6 shows you the state of the neighborhood today, where not a whole lot has changed since the tornado last week. Seminole County tells us 41 homes were impacted by the tornado and 1 was destroyed. The damage totals almost $4 million, but that's just the property appraiser's estimate. It does not include the cost to rebuild or repair. So far, the county says they've picked up nearly 4,000 cubic yards of debris. Keep in mind, a front loader trash truck can hold around 40 cubic yards on average. So enough debris to fill 100 of those. Crews will continue to pick it up after the next few weeks just because of the sheer volume and concentration of debris.
Wow. Well, we are hitting the road to Oviedo, so if you live or work in that community, let us know what makes it so special. If you have any concerns you want us to look into, we want to hear about it. Head on over to clickorlando.com/hitstheroad to share your story.
And we still have a lot more ahead coming up on News 6 at 6. It's an annual tradition for crowds to invade Volusia County beaches for spring break. News 6 is already tracking troubling trends when it comes to issues of crowds and crime.
Well, people call them Norfolk State, Yukon, and St. John's, but a team from Gainesville calls them Gator Bait. With the #1 seed, the Florida Gators are moving ahead as big March Madness contenders.
When you stream News 6 at 6:30, if SpaceX has their way, they will have more than double the amount of launches they already do now. There are big plans for the Space Coast and the barriers to approval. Join us live on Click Orlando, YouTube, and the free News 6 Plus Smart TV app.
You're watching News 6 at 6, getting results for Rockledge, Celebration, and all of Central Florida. We'll be right back.
This portion of the news is sponsored by Advent Health, helping the communities we serve to feel whole.
The I-4 Food Tour is live right now for News 6 Insiders.
You ever taste something so good that it makes you mad? There's so many flavors in that. This pork is super tender and spicy.
I'm hitting up our local restaurants, trying out their signature dishes, so maybe you can figure out where to eat this weekend. Come on, photographer, I know you're liking that.
Oh, there's stuff inside.
It's the I-4 Food Tour. Check it out.
Stream News 6 whenever you want. Sponsored by T-Mobile. Watch news, weather, and special investigations on your time. You can even tune in to your favorite News 6 podcast. Download News 6 Plus to your smart TV now.
You know what? Double the chaos for the beaches today with spring break and St. Patrick's Day, and the crowd sure showed up again. Law enforcement in Volusia County has been busy and on their toes with the young folks piling onto the beach.
Yeah, and with that has come dozens of arrests and citations so far. News 6's Molly Reed went right into the crowds today with deputies in New Smyrna Beach to show you firsthand the issues they're dealing with. Just got to be careful out there, kids. I know everybody wants to have a good time, but you want to be safe and be able to go back home to your family.
Absolutely. I think Mother Nature may have helped out police keeping crowd control today with that breeze.
It's a little chilly, right?
A little chilly out there, at least in the sky cam after about 4 o'clock. That beach seemed a little empty tonight.
A bikini is a poor choice today.
It is. More like a sweater. If your plans do take you to the beaches over the next couple of days and throughout spring break, it is going to improve big time in the temperature and wind department. Right now, a little chilly out there. It's cooling down fast with that very dry air and, of course, the sun going down this evening. We're at 68 in Palm Coast, 68 in Daytona Beach, 65 for us in Leesburg. We're hanging around 70 degrees at the Cape. It is going to be a very chilly start tomorrow, relatively speaking. We're also going to keep the breeze elevated, although not as gusty as what we saw today. You're still going to notice the breeze with us tomorrow. It is going to warm up, though, significantly by the time we get towards the week ahead and really towards Wednesday into Thursday before our next system comes through, and that is going to help us to turn things cooler yet again by the time you wake up on Friday morning. So kind of all over the place. Here's tomorrow, lower 40s in Denellen and in Ocala. We're at 44 in the Villages, 49 in Daytona Beach, 50 degrees in New Smyrna. Just down the road in Titusville, we're hanging around 50 degrees. Now here's a look at tomorrow.
Sponsored by Strata Air Conditioning and Heating. AC emergency, you ought to call Strata.
With the air being so dry and with dominant sunshine, we're going to warm things up very, very fast, though. Mid to upper 70s going to be a gorgeous afternoon. Again, it's still a little breezy, although it backs off a little bit. 77 in Bushnell, Groveland, we're hanging at 77. Holopah and the Deer Park, we're back to the mid-70s as well. Getting into Palm Bay, we are at 74 degrees. Tomorrow, here's what I'm talking about. It's still going to be breezy tomorrow, but the gusts today were around 30 to 35 miles an hour. They'll be back towards 15 to 20 throughout the afternoon tomorrow. Even better on Wednesday, and then our next system kind of kicks things up a little bit, and that's going to increase the wind as we get into Thursday and then through part of your Friday. It certainly looks nice out there. Here's a live look in Daytona Beach. Water a little choppy, so be on the lookout for that too for getting in the chilly water. We're back to the upper 60s. The breeze now sustained out of the west, coming in off the shore at about 15 to 20 miles an hour. Gusts at times have been pushing that 25 mile per hour. Now tomorrow, air temperatures pushing 70. Water is a little chilly out there. It's in the mid 60s. The UV index, even though it's cool, make sure you're loading up on the sunscreen again. It's high to very high again tomorrow, especially with the air being so dry. The sun does a little more damage when there's less the water molecules, the humidity for those rays to bounce off of. Northwest wind tomorrow at about 10 to 15, so we'll back off a little bit, surf at about 3 to 4 feet. Moderate risk for rip currents tomorrow. So again, just always keep that in mind. Make sure you're paying attention to everybody, the lifeguards, the local officials, everybody out there tomorrow. Big chunk of high pressure overhead. If we fast forward to Wednesday, that's going to pump in some warmth as it moves out into the Atlantic, both Wednesday into Thursday. Already, though, our next system coming through. Now, there's a very, very slight shot for a couple of showers on Thursday afternoon and evening. Most of us will be dry, but we will all turn things cooler as we get into Friday morning. Here we go in your pinpoint accurate 7-day forecast. Low to mid 80s for us Wednesday into Thursday. Cooler again on Friday. Highs only in the lower 70s after another start in the 40s. Gorgeous weekend, guys. Low to mid 80s both Saturday and Sunday.
Looking good. All right. Thank you, Jonathan. Ryan's here now with sports.
And the Gators are generating a lot of buzz these days.
Understandably so. Yeah, they are loaded and among the favorites to cut down the nets in the NCAA tournament. Coming up, head coach Todd Golden discusses the moment that made him a believer this year. Plus, we'll have a UCF update. And take that, Cleveland. The Magic exacting a little revenge against the Cavalier team, enjoying the best season of its existence. Up next for Orlando, the Rockets at the Kia Center on Wednesday. We'll be right back.
Get the latest news, weather, entertainment, sports, and more from the new 6 Plus streaming app. Download today.
Next ET, Dennis Quaid's serial killer?
It's an ET exclusive.
Only we're on the true crime set with the real breakout star.
Sound check, Peaches.
Next ET.
Tonight at 7 on News 6.
Welcome back to News 6. No pressure or anything, but the Florida Gators are the favorites to cut down the nets in San Antonio. Yeah, that's according to several sports books who are always looking into the crystal ball. Florida's immediate focus, though, is what's going to happen in Raleigh, North Carolina later this week. Here's how things shake out on Friday night in the Tar Heel State. The top-seeded Gators will face 16-seed Norfolk State at 6:50. Following that game, 9-seed Oklahoma squares off against two-time defending national champ UConn at 9:25. The winners of those two will meet in round 2 Sunday. Now, yesterday, the Gators left no doubt they were deserving of a #1 seed. And in golf, Rory McIlroy beats J.J. Spaun in a playoff today at TPC Sawgrass.
All right, Brian, thank you.
And you can watch more local news on our new 6 Plus Smart TV app.
All right, we'll see you back here online at 6:30. Good night.